Nowadays, the global warming is increasing due to the carbon emission that increases the carbon footprint. The construction activities and building operation are the largest energy consumer and greenhouse gases emitters that contribute to global warming. Population growth, booming economy, and rapid urbanization have greatly accelerated the solid waste generation all around the world. The stakeholders are responsible to help in decreasing the global warming. They need to manage the construction activities very well in accordance towards sustainability. Sustainability is defined as sustainable construction as the practice of creating structures and using processes that are environmentally responsible and resource efficient throughout the building life cycle from sitting to design, construction, operation, maintenance, renovation, and deconstruction. In other words, it's suggested that the use of renewable resources, recycling, and reuse building material is necessary in construction activities. There are a few challenges in managing construction project. First of all, construction material and cost. Building supplier, as one of the most important participants in any construction project, must provide the right resources in the exact measure and type and deliver them at the right time to run a project according to schedule. Good construction project management must be vigorous in the effective of labor, material, equipment, and costs. Numerous building materials are procured for different types of building processes and at different stage of work in building adaptation project. Building materials such as adhesive emit dangerous fumes during and after installation for only short time. Wholesome affect the air quality throughout the lifetime of a building such as VOC. This material can be cause various health problems, but there is a little awareness among stakeholders about hazard, risk, safety, and health as well as threat to the environment. Lack of careful handling of toxic material, risky behavior on the other part of builders, as well as inadequate knowledge of construction players have impacted environmental and social safety. Secondly, construction method and technology. As in the development of suitable alternative for facilities design, choices of suitable technology and construction methods are often a structure yet critical ingredient in project success. Developing countries also rely on conventional methods like construction industry. The most important issue when implementing conventional engineering in the construction industry is the strategy for contract is based on lack of sense of identity and the development of an adversarial culture or collaboration between design and construction. This is typically result in efficiency, which is attributed to increased project complexity, increased project costs, failure to control the project in time during construction. There are a few of example of modern technology in construction technology. First of all is advanced technology and finishing material. New generation of construction and finishing equipment can be improve overall performance and functionality. Smart building materials such as smart concrete, shaping metals, and self-heating coating, for example, respond to temperature, pressure, and oxygen. Secondly is prefabricated or modular construction. Offsite construction allow for assembly in the factory of primary element of a standard building before being moved on site. This element can encompass everything from bathroom to pre-wire light fixture to walls outside. Third one is a 3D printing. Some people call that is a form of technology for construction future. Manufacturing of additive used in construction continue to evolve, which rely on an increasing number of different material technology. 3D printing decreases costs, eliminate material waste, improve building speed, reduce the number of on-site injuries, and strengthen the dynamic architectural form. And the final one is building information modeling, which is BIM. Some call this technology as a construction future also. Additive BIM use 3D modeling to refine the process for the job and businesses. It changes the way companies plan, create and manage building and facilities. It also helps to improve decision making, assesses performance throughout the life cycle of the construction and infrastructure. The third one is changes in working environment procedure. There are many changes in working environment procedure, which is first, leadership. The administration and leadership are two unique compatible forms of practice. In fact, this means that one would really require both project leadership skill and project management skills in order to be a successful project manager. Getting one leader's quality is just the beginning. Any leader faces challenges. Some of more common challenges to the leadership which include lack of development, lack of support, challenging environment, and personal limitation. Poor leadership will lead to inefficiency, uncertainty, and expense increase which can impact the project planning and scheduling. A specialist and a building contractor are involved with any project, and there is always a possibility of failure without a proper leadership. Many projects fail to achieve their optimum performance, and not because of any lack of money, machinery, or structure, but because of human factors have not been adequately tackled. The principle of deficiency in leadership has been found not to guide the staff on the aims of the mission. If the objectives are vague, confusion will result, and a person who does not know where they are headed will result. People would do well if inspired, empowered, driven, and assisted by good leadership. The second one would be communication. Individual and team find it difficult to function in the industry unless they develop a mutually agreed modus operandi of communication to underpin their work activities. The efficient and effectiveness of building process strongly depend on the communication quality. Many studies has confirmed that the lack of communication between teams and discipline is a major problem faced by construction industry. Communication between contractor, subcontractor, and designer is limited at early stage. Some studies conclude that the flow of information between stakeholders is minimal because of the different discipline. As an effective leader, they can communicate a vision which give meaning to the work of others. Thus, the major challenge for the project manager is to use communication to generate buy-in in their managerial approach towards achieving desired project outcomes. The third one is motivation. Motivation was defined as providing an impulsive to act to meet needs or desire. Motivation is subjective, a fictional concept utilized to describe human behavior. Motivation generally stems from intrinsic or extrinsic motive. Intrinsic motivation entails individual performing a task as they find it fascinating and their behavior itself produces random pleasure. In contrast, motivation requires an instrumentality between activity and certain separable consequences. Construction sector is an important engine for economic development in Malaysia. A variety of stakeholders is involved in any construction project. Major participants including design team, clients, contractor, and project managers are examples of stakeholders that can hinder or promote the progress of construction undertaking. Each of these participant approach toward the project is likely to be influenced by its characteristics such as power, interest, and influence as well as their actual role in project education, experience, and others. As the developer, the things that a developer can do to help in achieving the sustainability is to use as much as renewable source as they can during construction. They should encourage the usage of renewable and recycled material in the industry. The research of recycling solid waste material into the production of construction material has been carried out extensively. These endeavors are intended to slim down the volume of solid waste and also trim down the mounting demand for natural resources in construction industry. Therefore, impressive achievements relevant to this field have been attained. As for contractor, the contractor is the one who is responsible for construction on site. He is in charge of everything that happens on site. During the construction execution period, various physical activities are undertaken according to design specification, which involve utilization of all types of resources including labor, construction equipment, and materials. Activity during construction stage have been associated with environmental impacts such as waste generation and pollution. The contractor can practice a safer way of waste generation so that there will be less pollution. He can also use renewable, recycle, and reuse material that is suitable for construction. By adopting sustainable construction, contractor would make the construction plan or sustainable plan to minimize environmental impact of the project. As consultant consultant consists of a professional team such as architect, engineer, quantity surveyors, and others. Consultants are the one who is responsible in design stage. They can do their role part during the design stage. The design stage presents the opportunity to consider the project's sustainability performance in selecting its layout, structures, and material. Design process affect largely the project sustainability performance. For example, the design specification affect functional performance of building components such as air conditioning, ventilation, lighting, electrical, etc. etc. Design specification on project components should consider the project economic, social, and environmental performance across the project lifecycle. The consultant should consider the impact to the environment. As the supplier, they are the one who should supply the construction resource during construction. The supplier also need to do their part by supplying more eco-friendly material and also resources. As for construction workers, the construction workers during construction is to make sure that they practice the right method and technique during execution of work. Avoid wasting material and resources. Avoid using the machinery over the limit. The construction workers should practice this step because that is the best they can do to help construction towards sustainability. They should obey any rules and regulation during execution of work that are related to sustainability in construction. And last but not least, as authorities. Authorities should enforce a law that are related to encourage the construction industry to be more towards sustainability. By this way, they can help in promoting more sustainability construction. The authorities is the legitimate power which one person or group possess and practice over another. So with this legitimate power, they can encourage the construction industry to practice the sustainability in construction. The first recommendation to improve the current situation is by using eco-friendly building design. In the design phase of project, companies have many opportunities to make eco-friendly choices. For instance, companies may choose recycled or natural building material that produce less CO2 when they are manufactured. Design team must also consider the durability of a building or structure as well as its long-term waste production and energy consumption needs. Building design can include renewable energy sources like solar panels, smart appliances, and HVAC system, and strategic window placement to maximize the use of natural light. Not only the design of the building is eco-friendly, but in meantime, the material used are eco-friendly too. In order to build that eco-friendly design, one of the crucial part is to choose eco-friendly material too, which come in various types. An eco-friendly building material is one that increase the efficiency of energy use and reduce impact on human well-being and the environment. Second recommendation would be green construction practice. Once the building is designed, new opportunities for sustainable construction practices open up on the construction site. Reducing noise is a good way to start, since noise pollution is a common complaint from those who live, work near active construction sites. Companies can upgrade their heavy equipment to a newer, more fuel-efficient models or use alternate fuel resources when possible, as well as limiting the amount of time machines spend idling and carefully maintaining all equipment. Whenever possible, recycling and reusing material rather than filling local landfills can reduce the construction site waste. The third one would be sustainable building operation. During a building lifetime, operational efficiency is the key to limiting its impact on the environment. Educating building occupant and maintenance of facilities management staff on eco-friendly policies is the first step towards ensuring that a building's sustainability is guaranteed over a long term. Currently, the construction industry has been implementing usage of building information modeling, which is BIM, which align with the green building and management. The fourth recommendation would be properly dispose of waste. Demolition waste makes up 90% of total debris, and much of this waste is disposed of in landfills or through incineration. Both of these methods harm the environment. By salvaging, reusing, and recycling existing material, you can cut down on material harming our precious earth. Hardware appliances and fixtures can be recycled or reused. This can be used on future projects or donated to those who need them. Brick and concrete can be recycled and used as fill or driveway bedding. and metals and wood are valuable commodities that can be recycled. Last but not least, utilize the reusable technology. There are a lot of green building options that can help you decrease a negative environmental impact. For example, inflatable water dams help combat erosion, water runoff, and prevent sedimentation. While sandbag and traditional dewatering solutions are costly and time-consuming, inflatable water dams are reusable and take up little space. They are easier to install and environmentally friendly by using existing water already on your worksite. The exploitation of radio frequency identification (RFID) for tracking and archiving the properties of structural construction component could be a potentially innovative disruption for the construction sector. RFID is a technology we commonly use to monitor a project in eco-friendly way. The application of RFID is a particularly useful in the construction sector as it makes possible track and trace construction material and components. Hence, increase the productivity and efficiency of the construction project. There are a few innovations for future implementation to overcome challenges, which is construction cost and material. First, we're going to talk about costs. Design professionals who seek to combine tightly integrated, environmentally friendly innovation with other components need to minimize costs elsewhere as soon as the creative approach arises during design process. Engineers are seldom hired before major construction performance decisions are taken. Integrated work routine in which members of design team work simultaneously with each other is therefore vital to mitigate the rising construction costs due to unplanned effect on multiple components to the project. By working closely with architect, engineer, and other consultants, construction system can be integrated with innovative technology while avoiding drastic increase in construction costs. This can help a better understanding within each team member as they can eliminate an unwanted risk in terms of cost. When they can understand each other's requirements, chances for increased construction costs can be minimized, which greatly help them for straying too far from the budget making, which fully maximize the client funds. The next one would be material. The key point here is material can be fully innovating if the user itself know how to manipulate its function. This is because as the consumer itself, we tend to strive the best for the building to ensure we can bring the best quality out of it. With more of a way to maximize the full potential of a material, consumer can fully utilize its ability to the next level to stimulate more competitive in terms of market. This greatly helps to boost economic of a country if they really push the potential way beyond it intended. As the consumer itself, we should also know how innovation works. Innovation cannot be simply put together without us having a basic knowledge about it. Therefore, a proper knowledge is important so that we can fully use the technology to improve the way of innovation. The second innovation for future implementation is the construction method and technology. We're going to focus first on the method. One of the innovative ways is to introduce VR, virtual reality, into construction industry. Virtual reality has been applied to stimulate construction process and environment to support construction planning and control. VR lets its planner interact intuitively with the virtual environment and objects as they were real by immersing them in a simulation generated by a 3D computer. It also promotes understanding of a complex construction system even in a people with limited past experience or knowledge of that system. VR tools generate a virtual environment that allow the designer to connect with any features in a building site. The virtual site model allows for a practical assessment of the automation and alternative building process and strategies. VR dynamic visualization of construction site environment allow the construction planner to identify any potential health and safety problem of the site layout before construction begins. Advantages of VR environment over the conventional environment is enhancing the overall efficiency of the planners in assembly planning and excessive reorientation and the similarity of assembly operation in reducing the handling challenge. The next one is technology. One of the innovation way to improve technology is by robot-oriented design (ROD) and management make for efficient design deployment of a new building and construction technologies. It concerns of the co-adaptation of a building material, procedure, organization and management and also automated or robotic technology to make the procedure easier and more effective of such technology. This is also concerned with methodologies for development and innovation management with creating lifecycle-oriented views related to the use of emerging technology in the context of design and building. It was developed to improve the construction sector and adapt conventional construction processes and design of components to the needs of the new tools. Last but not least, for innovation for future is changes in working environment procedure. Environment procedure can be split into three, which is communication, leadership, and motivation. Each of them possess a skill that can help everyone in construction site. One of the innovative way to improve is starting from the communication itself. Construction team member need to know basic communication skill in order to innovate themselves to the next level. This communication cannot be occur if there is only one-sided who know all the skill. Both of the sender and receiver need to understand the skill itself in order to meet each other understanding. This can help them to adapt if there are any changes in instruction. This can make them to react all the instruction without having any confusion as they are already adapt to their outside comfort zone, which make their senses become sharper, allowing them to easily understand all the upcoming information without wrongly interpret them. As the conclusion, it takes all side of members to fulfill the needs or to manage construction project towards sustainability. Construction management may find it challenging, but with proper recommendation and step, everything is possible to reach the goal of sustainability. Every parties involved in the project from top management to construction process must do their part in order to achieve the goals. Since construction industry has affected the nature and caused the global warming, it is now the time to improve this and step up the management on how to reduce the effect as much as possible.